Welcome to the World of Champagne Review Roundup. March Mad. What? Oh, it's trademarked? We'll get sued?
Oh, because white men and toxic masculinity have ruined everything? Got it.
Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Miss J, the trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And for today's video, I am very excited. We're going to be talking about some fantastic products. It is my monthly review roundup for the World of Champagne. All of the products that I reviewed and talked about on my website, janessaj.com, in the month of March. It's madness, but not those two words together. So March was a big month because we had 5 Mondays in March. So there were 5 Mondays where we had 2 Makeup Monday reviews per week. It was a lot. And I had so many things that I even had to do an extra review on a Friday. So we're going to talk about all of it. If you're excited to see all the products that I reviewed in March of 2021, then stick around because we're getting into it right now. So first up, on March 1st, we had 2 reviews. The first one is the February box from the Collective Cosmetics, the Decadence box. So this is the subscription box that I'm doing in 2021. And so far, as you can see here, I've gotten 3 of them. And so the eyeshadows for the February box, which was called Till Death, very Valentine's, but also a little dark. I like it. They are right here, this row right here. And there was this beautiful pressed highlighter. It's stuck away in the drawer. I'm not going to pull it out. But it had this really beautiful rose print embossing. It was so gorgeous. And then there was a liquid lipstick and a bath bomb that smells like their perfume fragrance, which I think is called Astoria Goth. So beautiful. All the packages when you get the subscription box smell like that perfume. They kind of spritz it in the box. And it's wonderful. And there was a bath bomb that smelled like that. Now, the extra review that I did on a Friday was the March box. And since I've got this up, we might as well talk about that. And that's these shades right here, these 5, as well as this highlighter. And there was a little head chain that I repurposed into a 3-strand bracelet. No head chain is going to fit over this. So I have really been loving the products from the Collective Cosmetics. I like their subscription box. I do the Decadence box, which is $50, and that includes all the products that they make for the month. And it's just been really fun to me. It's been interesting to see the different colors, see the themes that they pick. I love that there's always a little accessory or bonus item included in the collection. So I'm really impressed with it, and that took up 2 different reviews. And I didn't have room for the March box, so I talked in the last video. I'm going to go ahead and link that up in the cards if you want to see my previous review roundup, but I had switched my date to the 9th, hoping that it would get to me in time to review it during the month. Well, as you can see, the February review didn't come out until March 1st because Miss USPS is going through it at the moment. She's having a breakdown. She needs a moment. She needs some time. And so I talked to the owner of Collective Cosmetics. She was fantastic, and she let me cancel my subscription again, and I ordered it on the 1st. And because I ordered it on the 1st, and the Postal Service got her shit together in March, apparently, I was able to get that review up in March as well. The other review that came out on March 1st was a brand new Black-owned makeup brand that I discovered through a new YouTube channel that I've been loving, and that is Makeup by Torrence. And I will go ahead and link their video right up here where they talk about this palette. But I decided to pick up the Detroit palette by Face Effects by Phoebe Scott, as well as 3 of their liquid lipsticks. So the Detroit palette is this beautiful collection of mostly warm tones. We've got some reds and oranges, yellows and golds. We've got these neutrals through the middle with this pop of silver. And then we've got a green and a dark green and a blue and a black. And there's just a really interesting collection of colors here. And I like that there's a few cool tones mixed in. We've got our greens and our blue. But they pair really nicely with these particular warm, neutral kind of colors. So, you know, the green you could pair with these yellows and this orange and do a really tropical kind of sherbet parrot kind of look. Not together, probably. I don't think sherbets like parrots. That was backwards. I don't think parrots like sherbet. Bert asked Ernie to go to the store for ice cream. What did Ernie say? Sherbet!
Unsubscribe.
So this is a nice, fun palette. The pigmentation is really beautiful. I have been slacking off on my Face Fridays, but I would like to do a Face Friday with this, and maybe even do like a blue-green eye on one side and a red-yellow eye on the other. Or even you could blend some of these together and do a full rainbow. You've got a blue and a red. I'm going to play around with it, and I'll try to do a look, and if I don't do a Face Friday, I'll try to do something for Instagram. And then we get to March 8th, and the first review that came out on March 8th is one of my problematic picks.
Cancelled!
And that is the Supreme Gloss by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. 10 shades. Seems aggressive. Too much? So I know that people feel all different kinds of ways about Jeffree Star, and I haven't really been shopping from him as much. I haven't been keeping up with the brand, but I've really been loving highly pigmented glosses lately, ones that look like liquefied versions of lipsticks, and these looked like they were going to be fantastic. Spoiler alert, they're not. If you are a Jeffree Star hater, have I got the review for you. My review of these, they were terrible. And I'm not going to tell you all the gory details. I still want you to go to JanessaJ.com and check out the reviews for yourself. But these were just not great. They were really disappointing. Now, some of the colors, the more kind of everyday typical colors, like the pinks and the reds, were a little bit better, but they still were not good. They were not good at all. The biggest problem I had was the weird applicator. So they have this weird, like, tulip-shaped applicator that's supposed to hold more product and deliver it onto your lips, which it does. It absolutely holds product. It absolutely delivers it. But this is asymmetrical. Do you know what is basically symmetrical? Your fucking lips. It was impossible to use this applicator to paint, like, a decent shape onto your face. So maybe if you're like just patting some onto your lips and then finger banging it around, maybe it'll work for you. But this applicator, to try and get an even application on both sides, it was a disaster. I did lip swatches. Definitely go check out the review because it was not cute. It was not cute. The one that probably disappointed me the most was the shade Urethra. I know. Everybody hates that name. They think it's ridiculous. I don't care. I mean, I don't feel like I'm rubbing piss on my face. I can separate the product from the name. I don't give a shit. That's his deal. He loves shocking, provocative names, whatever. What I love is pastel yellow, and I really, really wanted this to work. But it's just a soupy mess. And you'll see in the review, I tried to find some things that I could put under this to make it work a little bit better, and it just was a big disappointment. Plus, there's something about the smell. It's got this sort of cupcakey smell, but it also just kind of smells like butter. I don't mean something buttery like a pastry or a cake. I fucking mean butter. You should smell it.
I'm gonna smell it. Oh, I see what you mean. Makes me think of buttered popcorn.
And you put it on, and all you get is that butter smell right up your nose. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So I'm just not impressed with the Jeffree Star Supreme Glosses. I bought 10 of them because I really thought they were going to be the shit. And it turns out they were just shit. Sorry. The other review that came out on the 8th was the Daytime Realness Collection from Trixie Cosmetics. So this is Trixie Cosmetics' first dip into eyeshadow, and I have to say that I generally thought it was pretty good. Now the packaging is adorable, this little VHS tape. I think that this is cute. I am a child of the 80s. I had a little VHS tape that I was recording Gym on every day after school. Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
We are the Misfits. Our songs are better.
I have to have a Misfits reference.
We are the Misfits.
The Misfits. And we're gonna get her. So this was pretty good. I generally liked this. My main complaints about this, first of all, the packaging. So the packaging is super cute. 2 of the shades just were not glued in. I don't mean they fell out. I mean that I couldn't find any evidence of glue residue at all. Like, I think they were just not glued in. And so it was these 2 up here. And it's cute, but I don't understand, like, these 2 grays are not different enough to really justify both being in this palette. I love that she went with blues with kind of cool tone grays instead of, like, neutrals with a pop of blue. And I did say in my predictions video, I'll link that up here, that I thought that blue was really going to have a moment and that it was going to be kind of half blue with other kinds of neutrals and things. And I'm glad that she's helping to prove that true. Thanks, girl. These two blues are fairly different, but the two grays just are not. The shimmers are really beautiful. They're a little bit chunky, so foiling them is probably going to be your best bet. But I generally liked it. I think they could do more, and I would like to see more. And I'm surprised that they didn't do a little eyeshadow palette with a collection that came out later in the month, which we'll talk about in a little while. I did also pick up the glitters that came with that. I'm not going to drag out all of my Trixie glitters. I don't know what's happening in my life, but I am getting all of the glitters from Trixie Cosmetics, apparently. I have always been a lit girl. I love my lit cosmetics, but for some reason, I have been picking up so many of the glitters from Trixie. So there were a couple shades of that came out as well. So Friday, March 12th is when I did the review of the March box from Collective. So that was kind of the one-off review. And then we get to March 15th. The first product that I reviewed on March 15th was the Kumiho palette from Dazzle Me Dead Cosmetics. In my previous review roundup, I talked about Dazzle Me Dead Cosmetics because I bought their Medusa palette, and I liked it enough that I went back and picked up the Kumiho. If you've seen Lovecraft Country Season 1 on HBO, you know a little bit about the Kumiho, but basically it's a Korean monster creature from folklore. It's a nine-tailed fox spirit who's sort of a succubus who seduces men and steals their souls. Or sometimes their hearts and their livers, depending on the story. So this is a really pretty red, orange, peachy kind of bright, warm palette. And that's actually one of the palettes that I'm wearing on my eyes today. There is a Face Friday that's going to be coming out this week that features this palette as well as another one. And I'm not going to tell you what the other palette is yet, but look for a review on it coming in next month's monthly roundup. So I really like these colors. I think these are fun. This like neon orange is beautiful. It definitely needs like a white base or something to really make it pop. It's a little bit sheer on its own. Same with this popsicle red. That's what I used kind of underneath the eyes and also right in on the inner part near the brow. But I really love these colors, and I don't do warm looks a lot, but I thought this is something I need to add to my collection. It's gorgeous. And once again, I'm wearing the Zombie lashes from Dazzle Me Dead Cosmetics on my eyes. The other review that came out on the 15th was more eyeshadow, but this time it's eyeshadow singles from Terra Moons Cosmetics. So Terra Moons is one of the brands that I talked about in my 8 brands that I want to try in 2021, and I'm doing pretty good. I've already placed orders with 4 out of the 8 brands, and I've already reviewed 3 out of the 8 brands once I publish this review. I'll go ahead and put that 8 brands I want to try video up in the cards so you can check that out if you'd like. And these were pretty fantastic. They do beautiful duochrome, multichrome. These are some of their chameleons. I think I have the cosmic chameleons and a couple of the iridescent chameleons. So I have kind of a mix. This is all one collection. These are the ones that I think are the cosmic chameleons. And then these are kind of a mix of other things, mostly iridescent. And a couple that were, I think, extreme multichromes. And then I have a couple of their beautiful, like, duochrome, multichrome highlighters. So I was really impressed by this. I really do need to up my game about making sure that I include single eyeshadows when I'm doing a look, because these are phenomenal. The next Monday was Monday, March 22nd, and the first review that came out that day was...
Oh, you think you fancy?
The Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. So I love that Natasha Denona is finally doing some color. I love color, and I want to love Natasha Denona, but she's too fucking expensive. Now, I broke down and I bought this palette because I had a $20 rewards through my Sephora rewards credit card. That's the only reason I bought it. I have yet to buy any Natasha Denona thing besides those little $25 mini palettes at full price. I have to have some sort of coupon or the VIB sale or rewards on my credit card or rewards through the VIB program. I cannot pay full price. And $20 off on this, even though this is the most kind of attuned to my own interests, my own desires in a palette, it still isn't quite enough off. I still feel like I paid too much for this. I enjoy these, I love them, but I never get the feeling from a Natasha Denona product that there's a good reason why this costs so much more than every other brand at Sephora. I don't get it. And perhaps because I pay so much goddamn money for these palettes, I have no problem at all rearranging the shades. So this is my own customized version of the Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. And this is 10 shades that are originally from this palette, although I've moved them around, and then 5 shades from the Tropic palette. I got the Tropic palette when it went to half off at Sephora. And so I took that bottom row of like the blues and greens and that purple shade and added them in here. And this is like my ideal Natasha Denona palette. If she had put this out, this color story with these shades a long time ago, I would have probably paid full price. This to me is what I want and what I need. So I just took a few shades out of here and threw that in with the Tropic, and I actually like that one better as well. If you want to see the way that I customized the Tropic palette, make sure you check out the review on janessaj.com, because I did include pictures of this palette and that palette as well in the new format. Also on March 22nd, we had another problematic pick.
Hairy lipsticks?
I decided to pick up some of the new blush products from Jacqueline Cosmetics. The blush, bronzer, and highlighter products from Jacqueline Cosmetics. So I picked up 2 of the blush bronzer compacts, and they're lovely. I love the powder formula. I had the Flash palette, and this is the same sort of soft, delicious baked formula that she had in that. The colors are not that different. This is the duo Pink Me Up and Oh Honey, and you can see that this one is a little bit more cool toned. So this has more of like a pink and this cool tone bronzer, compared to Warm Flush and Golden Goddess. This is a little bit more warm toned. It's got a little bit more of a corally kind of color to it. So if you go and look at the swatches on my website, you'll see that there is a difference in these two. This is definitely more warm than the other one, but they're not that different. They're really not. I also picked up 3 shades of the highlighter, including this beautiful metallic orange Va Va Boom. These are way too dark to be highlighters on me, but they are fantastic for a glowy blush. Now I will say I did use one of the shades in my look today, and that's the shade Awestruck. And while it does work as a glowy blush, be careful. The highlighter, the shine in it, is really intense and it's really hard to get rid of. And over on this cheek, I went a little bit too heavy with it. And let me tell you, I've gone over and over and over this with 2 other matte blushes and a loose powder, and it's still a little too glowy. So these are great for glowy blushes, but be very careful how and where you apply them, because once they're there, she's not going anywhere. You're gonna have to get a cease and desist. All right, so now we're at the last Monday in March, March 29th. The first review that came out was for the Trixie Cosmetics Back to the Fuchsia collection. Where we're going, we don't need roads, just blush. This is a gorgeous 3-pan blush palette that has 2 shades of blush and highlighter. And so these are all in shades of berry and purple, which I think is fantastic. I think it's a lot of fun. I loved the orange coral blushes of Mod About You, and I think that what Trixie is doing with blushes is just really fun, and I love these little trios. I normally don't like a face palette that's got mixed collections of things. I like to be able to pick the ones that I want. Like, I love a blush palette or I love a highlighter palette, but I don't want mixed like blushes and highlights, because usually I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know what I want. You don't know which highlight I want to use with which blush or whatever. But Trixie Cosmetics does a fantastic job of curating collections that I absolutely do want to use together. I think that this like berry orchid color with this more lavender shade and then this purple are phenomenal. Now the main problem I had with this was that this highlighter has this weird sort of like nickel gray kind of cast to it. So you get the purple and you get a little bit of shine, but in certain reflections, certain ways that you tilt your head, if you use too much of it, and we know that I'm all about too much, it can look a little bit gray, a little bit kind of washed out. So that was a little bit but I love this. And there were also 4 new shades of gloss. So I generally liked the glosses. I think the 2 lighter ones, this is Duh and Chill Pill. These are really opaque. I think that these opaque glosses are the most opaque of any that she's released so far. These you really could just wear as like a lip color. They will give you full opacity. I love that. And these 2 are opaque. as well as this darker purple called Synth. These are all really beautiful. And then there's this shade, Prism, which is a sheer, glittery, beautiful blue shifty gloss. I think this is really pretty. I don't really use sheer glosses all that much, just because I need a little bit more high impact. I'm an industrial application. But I really do love this color. I think this is really stunning. It's really pretty. It's great for photos. I'll probably try to use it for something for Instagram, but I really do think this is great. Now if she would just fucking restock Bobble! Seriously, it's been forever. And the last review that came out in March is another fantastic Black-owned makeup brand, and that is Black Cosmetics. The Black Power Palette 2.0. I love this. This is gorgeous. I don't know, I couldn't see anything on the website that said they were going to do any sort of charitable thing. It does have the pink ribbon on here, like breast cancer. So I don't know if this is like a charitable product or not. Like I said, I didn't see anything, but I love the idea of it. I love the fist packaging. I think that's phenomenal. And inside we have 9 beautiful pink and red and berry shades that are named after Black activists and icons, including 2 trans and gender non-conforming individuals, Marsha P. Johnson, Marsha P.J. right there, and Tracy N. right here for Tracy Norman, the first trans Black supermodel. I really like this. I think it's fun. The packaging is an odd shape, but it's not really that hard to fit into your collection because it's kind of rectangular. It's not like a circle packaging, or it's not something that has all different kinds of, you know, contours or bumps or, you know, anything like that. It's really like a thin packaging, and it just slips in with your other product. So in terms of packaging that doesn't want to fit in with your collection, this is a pretty low-grade offender. This fits in pretty easily. I have no trouble storing this, and I just think it's beautiful. I'm still excited to try the Black Power 1.0. That one has been sold out. Every time it gets restocked, by the time I get to the site, it's gone again. So at some point, I will pick up the 1.0, and I'll do a review of that one as well. But for now, I got my hands on this one, and you can check the review at janessaj.com. So this month, I don't really have any true honorable mentions. All of the products that I have purchased recently are all in queue to be reviewed. A lot of them will be coming out in April, and we'll talk about those in a minute. But the one thing I do want to mention is the blending eggs from Beauty Bakery. I do really love these. Now, I know if you shop on Shop Miss A, you can get the Papa sponge for like $1. I think those are fantastic. I have a bunch of those as well. But I do really like these Beauty Bakery blending eggs. And they come in this adorable little egg carton. And you get 6 of them for $18. So that is only $3 a sponge. It's not too bad. And this is the new organic egg collection. I think it's adorable. There are 3 different colors. They're different skin tones. And I just think they're so cute, and I love these little egg cartons. So 6 of them for $18 is only $3 a sponge, a little bit more than Shop Miss A, but I really like these. They're nice and soft. They work really well. So I just wanted to call these out just because I think they're fun. Not sponsored.
Someday. You're going to be super conscious.
Now I'm like, I can feel it moving, and I'm just like, ugh.
Well, I will pay attention.
You'll pay attention. Now, there are a ton of great products that I'm going to be reviewing in April. So if you want a little sneaky peek, here we go. Some of the things you're going to see in April include the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette, the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome palette. Sure, it's late, but better late than pregnant. I've got a bunch of stuff from Kaleidos, including the Escape Pod palette and the Club Nebula palette, the collab palette between Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist from Sweden. I wasn't going to review this palette because it took so long to get to me that I didn't even have it in my hands until after the restock happened. I ordered this on the first launch, but they have announced that there's going to be at least one more restock. The next one may be the final restock, but since they're going to have another restock, I am going to try to get this pumped out pretty quickly in April so that you can take a look at it and decide if you want to purchase it when it comes back later this spring. I also have some products by Makeup by Mario, Midas Cosmetics, XX Revolution, BH Cosmetics, Kimchi Chic Beauty, and a couple of things from a brand new brand that I discovered through Trixie Cosmetics, and specifically through Trixie Mattel's YouTube channel. They are a Native American-owned brand, and it's called Prados Beauty. There's this really lovely, I don't remember how many shades, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. There's this absolutely gorgeous rainbow 30 pan palette, as well as these 4 pan blush and highlighter palettes. So there are a ton of great product reviews coming to JanessaJ.com in April, so definitely check us out every Makeup Monday. Reviews publish at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now let's get into the best and the worst of March 2021. If you were paying attention to this video, the worst should not be hard to guess. The Jeffree Star Cosmetics Supreme Gloss. I love these colors. This lemony yellow and this seafoam green and this beautiful like periwinkle. These should be so good. And they're just not. They're thick and they're sticky. They do have nice pigmentation in general, but it's not that even. The reds and the pinks are a little bit better in terms of being even, but it's not great. And that stupid wand, the doe foot applicator, makes me angry. It is impossible to get a symmetrical lip paint. I already have trouble painting my lips symmetrically from side to side. I don't need anything else to come in and fuck it up for me. So I absolutely hate these. All of them. All of them! That applicator is a hate crime. Charges should be filed. So that's the worst. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. All right, enough of the negativity. Let's get into the best of the best. So I had a top 3 of March 2021, and in third place, the Trixie Cosmetics Back to the Fuchsia Blush Palette. I still am on my blush journey. I'm going to go ahead and link my blush journey video up here in the cards, I think. I don't think I've hit 5. I think this will be the 5th video. I love this. I love what Trixie Cosmetics is doing with blush. I think this is a gorgeous collection. I don't have a lot of purple and lavender and lilac and berry blushes in my collection, so this is absolutely unique and interesting. The only thing that knocked it down to third place is because of that highlighter, and because the highlighter has a little bit of that kind of weird dark metallic gray cast to it sometimes, so it had to knock it down a couple places. But this is a really fantastic product. Trixie Mattel, we stan. And I actually don't hate the weird Cupid doll nightmares on this one like I did on Summer of Love and Mod About You. There's something about these that just kind of works for me. And this one right here kind of looks like Catherine Hahn in the 80s sitcom from WandaVision.
It was Agatha all along.
Copyright strike. In the number 2 spot, I am giving this to 2 products. We've got a tie. And they are my 2 new eyeshadow palettes from Black-owned makeup brands. The Detroit palette by Face Effects by Phoebe Scott. And the Black Power 2.0 palette from Black Cosmetics. I love finding new Black-owned makeup brands. I am all about it. I've put out a couple videos that I'll link down in the description box where I've talked about other makeup brands that you can shop that aren't Fenty or Pat McGrath. I love Black-owned makeup brands, and I really have been digging it. These are 2 really phenomenal eyeshadow palettes. The pigmentation is great. The colors on both of these are lovely. I love this sort of almost rainbow palette and these pinky, peachy, berry kind of shades. Really wonderful. So these are my number 2 products from March 2021. And in my number 1 spot, we have the singles from Terra Moon Cosmetics. These chameleon shades and multi-chromes are phenomenal. They are so beautiful. This kind of blurple shade with turquoise and green. This beautiful red shade down here. This green, we know I love a green. This multi-chrome. Oh, are we kidding? This blue to green to purple with indigo. Oh, it's so pretty. I really need to get on the ball with being more active in using my single eyeshadows because these are wonderful. These highlighters are beautiful. I love it. I love it. Terra Moons, I am on board. I definitely need to be checking for them more. I've got this whole palette. We need to fill it up. Fill it up, baby. Thank you so much for watching. That is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. That's my March 2021 review roundup for all of the products that I reviewed last month on JanessaJ.com. Let me know down in the comments, what did you think? Did you like these products? Did you not like them? What did you think of my top and bottom products? Are there other products that you think I should be reviewing? Any suggestions? Any recommendations? What brands would you like to see show up on my website? Let me know down below. I love having discussions in the comments. I read and respond to all of my comments, unless you're a spam bot. So let me know down below what you think. I would love to hear from you, what you would love to see in this series. If there's any suggestions you have for these review roundups, if you'd like to see them a little bit different, let me know down below. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of all future uploads. I upload at least one video a week, and sometimes I even have a bonus video for you. Ooh, special. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box, including a link to my website, The World of Champagne at JanessaJ.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. So until I see you again, bye. If you were expecting wig continuity in this video, you've come to the wrong place. It's madness. But not those two words together.
Whatever.
What are you doing?
I'm just.
Oh, you're just adjusting me?
Slightly adjust. Hold your hands like you when you talk. Okay. I think we're even. Because sometimes I feel like I'm losing part of one hand.
And I move.
I know.
Plus, I had a spare review on Friday. Oh, pretty girl. Warning, I've also been ripping ass today. I don't know what is going on, but be ready.
Thanks.
Oh my god, how long does it take you to drive away?
I'm sure they're at
with your fucking base.
Oh,
that base.
Oriental Trading Company
Trouble.
for pearls.
Okay, we can stop and start.
Okay.
Okay.
Bling, bling.
Bring, bring. Now, the extra review that I had to do was, I don't know why holding things is a challenge. I don't think sherbets like parrots. That was backwards.
When I was kind of listening, I was like you were saying that sherbet is like parrots. I don't think sherbet is like parrots. I feel like, I mean, color-wise, maybe.
Yeah. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
You really had to do that a second
I
time.
did, just to be sure. Give me options. I like to have options.
That's cool, that's cool. I'm just, just over here not paying full attention.
Ah! Okay, we can stop it for a second. I gotta figure out how to hold these. But I have been loving really high pigmented, as I itch my nose, I'm just like, ugh, okay. And I'm not gonna tell you all the gory details. I still want you to go, The biggest problem I had was the weird applicator.
Did anyone reference it looking like a vagina at all?
I haven't seen that, but...
Because it kind of, at first glance, I'm like, that's why you have to finger bang it.
So I have to finger bang it. Was the shade urethra?
See? A vagina. Urethra.
I fucking mean butter. I feel like my website is just becoming a Trixie Cosmetics review website. I don't know why that was hard. Every fucking truck in the world has to come on a filming day.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Oh yeah, and I use this in the look for today. The first palette... Are they both palettes? Oh no. This magnet is fighting me. There we go. Okay, we can stop it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Also... Misfire. Also...
Also.
And then forgot what I was going to also say. I decided to pick up some of the new blush products from Jacqueline Cosmetics. Oh, I forgot to hold some of them up. They're really not. You fucking people. Can you just set that away?
I don't want it!
Set it somewhere.
Fine.
Thanks. It's in my way.
So much crap in my way, too.
In your way of sitting and checking your phone?
Yeah!
I said that I was going to do a no-buy, and, like, the first week of April, everybody started, like, putting out new collections and releasing new products. Fuck off. So what are some of the products that you can expect to see reviewed on JanessaJ.com in April? I'm glad no one asked. Saucy Divorcee. I'm going to review the original Escape Pot, and it's not the original. They had palettes before that. And through the Trixie Montel. Do you want a sneaky peek? Sure you do, you dirty, dirty boy. That got weird, okay. I don't know.
I'd just be like, ooh.
Okay. God, it's been too long. Why don't I remember anything?
I don't know if I did not notice this earlier, but your wig has slid back enough that I can see your actual hair line.
Oh no!
And I don't know when that happened.
Oh no!
So we can go back and check things, but if you want to redo your outro stuff, for sure, might be more ratchet than normal. So I apologize for my being on my phone. This is the stuff I'm supposed to be catching, but clearly...
Unless you're a spam bot. Sorry. Fuck. Sorry, spam bots. I'm sure you need love too. But just go somewhere else. That's dumb. That's real dumb. We'll just skip that. Cut it! Cut!